Hey viewers! Yeah, so that little picture clip I just showed, that is what is on the whiteboard outside my dorm room right now. This is a video on, I was gonna call it tools at school, because I was gonna talk about sort of crafty tools and physical objects that I use at school, and how I make that work, but I don't really want to do that anymore, so now it is just going to be a video talking about how I make the whole witch thing work at school, because actually it's perfect timing, because I planned on doing this video as soon as I got back to campus, and someone just asked me in a comment whether or not I will be able to be witchy here. And the simple answer to that is yes, merely because I'm witchy all the time, whether or not I'm doing anything, and whether or not anyone knows it. So yes, wherever I am, I'm witchy. However, I realize that you mean, will I be able to do anything witchy while I'm here? So, what I have to say about that is, in a college dorm room setup, for those of you who don't know, or you probably do know, but oh well, a lot of things are not allowed. Candles, open flames are not permitted. Incense, also not permitted, because of smoke and fire. Oh, and I do have a smoke detector in here. Last year, my room, all the smoke detectors got taken out and changed at the beginning of the year, and mine never got put back in. Anyway, this year I have one. Also, what I was thinking to kind of take the place of candles was, my mom gave me an electric oil burner to use with simmering oil. Well, of course, duh, oil being heated is not allowed because it can start a fire. So, can't have that. Yeah, no simmering oil, no incense, no candles. Weapons, not permitted. So, athame, sword, stuff like that, not allowed. But I don't have an athame anyway, as you probably know, if you've watched all my videos. So what do I do? Now, I would say, oh, it's not a problem. There are lots of outdoor places. I can just take my tools out there, light a candle, whatever. No. If they find a candle in my room, I get in trouble. Now, technically, they can't, go through my drawers and stuff. If they can't see it already, then they can't go searching for it unless they already have a reason to. So technically I could hide a candle and just bring it outside and use it out in the garden or something like that, but yeah, probably not a good idea. One thing we can do here is, for religious purposes, we can get a permit for candles. I know this because last year my roommate was Jewish, and she considered getting the candle permit for Hanukkah, but she ended up not doing it. The annoying thing about that, though, oh, and one of my girlfriends that lived on my floor last year, she asked me over the summer if we should get a candle permit, because we've been wanting to practice more at school and celebrate the Sabbaths together and stuff like that. But what I told her, and what is the annoying thing about that, is we have to apply for the permit 2 weeks in advance of the date that we are going to use it, every time. So if we wanted to have an altar set up somewhere, and we would have to know the place and the time and everything ahead of time, we would have to apply 2 weeks in advance 8 times a year if we wanted to do it for all the Sabbaths. And then if we wanted to do an Esbod, yeah, no, really annoying. So we might do that once or twice. One thing I am looking forward to, though, is we can also plan in advance, we can have a bonfire at our field station site. We wanted to do that for Beltane last year, but it was really rainy and terrible, so we didn't do that, and we also didn't figure it out in advance. So I think for one of the festivals this year, we're at least going to do that. But on like a day-to-day basis, I mean, just because we can't have incense and flame, we can come, I'm saying we, like I'm including my friend. What I can do is come up with other elemental representations. I mean, I can do whatever I want. It's not like I will get in trouble for being a witch. I can decorate my room how I want. I can write whatever I want on my board, as long as it's not like, you know. Anyway, I mean, I'm not trying to offend people by it either. Like, I'm probably going to go erase that in a little bit, just because I don't know the people on my floor yet. They don't know. But, you know, when it comes around Yule, I'm going to put a pentacle, and it's going to say, like, Merry Yule, or whatever, like, on my door. And I'm not going to hide it because I'm here. But something that I do a lot is there's a Zen garden, right, kind of like a Zen garden right off campus. It's actually by the chapel. It's like a non-denominational chapel, but it's, I think the guy in charge of services is like Baptist. There's a little garden next to it that it's sand and like pebble sand, and it's like a labyrinth maze made out of a brick pattern. So I call that the Zen garden, and I go there a lot to meditate. Very, very big number of my friends are into meditation, even those who are not following pagan paths. So a thing that we like to do a lot is pick a day and get out a guided meditation and meditate together. And, you know, I can still set up a little altar thing in my room, as long as it doesn't include candles and weapons. I can set up a little altar in my room, and I can do whatever kind of daily devotions and offerings I want, as long as there is nothing against code. No flames, no incense, stuff like that. So, I mean, there is still a lot that I can do for my practice here, being at school. It's not as easy because, you know, I want to burn a candle, I want to burn incense just because it smells good. Can't do that. But other than that, there is always, always, always a way to do something. And you know me, I'm a fan of no tools at all, also. So, yeah. So that's pretty much the gist of this video. Yes, I am very able to be witchy here, even without weapons and ritual blades, and candle flame. So I hope that answers your question a little bit, and I will see you all later. Bye for now.